Hey there, winos. This is VINCE.WINE, and today I'm going to check out 10 supposed wine hacks and see if they really work for everyday people like you and I. Let's jump right into it on today's Wine Lab. Okay, so this first one is one that I've kind of heard about a lot, and it's how to open a wine bottle if you don't have a corkscrew using a shoe. So I'll use my little workout shoe here that I never use for anything else. Let's see how it goes. All right, so apparently the cork is just gonna start to pop out. I'm supposed to just bang the shoe with the wine bottle in it, like so, and the cork is supposed to just start slowly coming out. Now, this is a newer bottle of wine, so let's hope that it's not like too tight in there. We'll see how it goes. It ain't budging. That thing is not moving. Okay, this might be a lie. Let me try on kind of an older bottle and see what happens. Okay, I've got an older bottle of wine here. This is a 2014, and I've removed the capsule. Let's just see if this one does any better. Okay. This is not working. I don't know. Maybe it's the tennis shoe, that's like made for running, so it's like absorbing the impact and I need like a boot or something, but I don't care. I don't want to try it anymore. I'm done. That one fails. I already know there's going to be all those comments that are like, you're doing it wrong. Why are you doing it like that? Oh well. Okay, I've got good old Mr. Blender here for the next wine hack, but actually before we get to that one, I need to open a wine bottle. So this is actually the perfect time to try out another hack that I've heard about. Okay, this next hack is opening a wine bottle with a key. So yet another one that's supposed to work if you don't have a corkscrew while trying to open a wine bottle. We're just gonna see how it goes. Okay, the idea is we're just supposed to stick the key into the cork at sort of an angle here. So I'm gonna try to do that. Okay, what they don't say is that in and of itself is not easy. Shoe. No shoe. Okay, let's see. I don't know. Come on. Just gotta wedge it in there. Okay, and then you need a hammer. No, I don't know how to get it in there. Okay. This is about as far as I can go. So now you're just supposed to turn it. Ooh, okay, I'm actually pushing the cork in. It's going the wrong way, but still, I think I kind of get the idea here. So you're just supposed to sort of turn it around a little bit and then pull out. This may actually work. Just give me a corkscrew, please. Okay, wine hack number 2 failed. Both attempts at opening a wine bottle without a corkscrew didn't work out very well for me. I prefer the traditional way. Okay, hack number 3. So for the next one, we're gonna use Mr. Blender here. Now, what we're supposed to do is open up and aerate a wine, or basically enhance the flavor of a wine just by tossing it in the blender. So it's sort of like a super intense way of aerating a wine. And so for comparison's sake, I'll pour a little bit here first. All right, here we go. I don't know how long I'm supposed to do it for. That looks pretty bubbly to me, so let's hope that did something. All right. Okay, here's the test. Okay, this is from the bottle, definitely kind of muted. And just for the record, this is not a particularly high quality wine, so it may have already been that way. All right, let's see how it does with our blender experiment. Same thing. Okay, hang on. Let's try it on the palate. Hang on. Whew. It's a little warm, but other than that, not bad. Envelops the palate well. Okay, here we go. okay, I won't lie, that actually made like the slightest hint of difference on the palate. I actually do get a little bit more intensity and flavor on the palate. So on the nose, it did absolutely nothing. It was basically the same exact thing as right out of the bottle, but yeah, it did kind of open up a little bit more on the palate. That's kind of interesting. I think if I was going to continue drinking this wine, I would prefer the blended version. I never thought I'd hear myself say that, but yes, I would prefer the red wine out of the blender. Maybe don't do this with like your expensive wines. This is about $10. That's about right. Hey, blending hack, that one gets a pass. On to the next. All right, for this next one, this is going to be putting wine in an ice cube tray so that you can cool off your wine. So it's the same wine, right? Just colder. So theoretically, that should work. Let's see what happens. And now we wait. Okay, while we wait for our ice cubes to go ahead and freeze, I want to go ahead and turn the rest of this stuff into our next wine hack, turning not so great wine into a spritzer. So let's add a little bit of frozen berries in here so that we're not adding ice cubes that'll water it down, and some sparkling water, and see what that does to your sort of everyday red wine. I want to do this with red wine, not white wine, because I feel like that's kind of cheating. White wine with fruit is probably going to be a classic pairing, but can you do something cool like that with red? Let's find out. Okay, so these are just normal frozen berries that I just picked up from the store, and it's just a berry mix. I've got some blueberries, blackberries, and raspberries in here, so I'm going to add these in there just to chill the wine without watering it down.
Kind of pretty.
I kind of already like the way that looks. Really pretty, and it's super aromatic too. It smells really, really beautiful just sitting there in my wine. Okay, I've got just a can of normal sparkling water here, non-flavored, and let's see how that goes. Just a touch to add a spritz there. Oh man, that smells so delicious. All that fruit just really explodes out of the glass there. I'm realizing that this is actually a cab that I have here, so hopefully those like grassy and earthy flavors don't just dry out my palate when mixed with the fruit like that. Let's see how it goes. Cheers. At least the berries are good though. Yet another failure. that does not work. Don't do that. It is just so nasty. Because you've got all the flavor of the fruit, which is really pretty, and it feels really good on the palate because it's nice and sparkly, of course, but yeah, those kind of earthy things and grassy elements that I was worried about, it pretty much translates to dirt on the palate, and it's pretty gross. I don't know, wine hacks. This is not, maybe don't hack your way through wine. I don't know. Let's keep moving on. Let's go to the next hack. Okay, this next one is probably going to be pretty cool. Have you ever had that experience where you open up the cork and unfortunately a little bit of the cork starts to break off and get inside your bottle, or maybe there's a lot of sediment in that bottle? Well, voila, we have our hack number, I forget which we're on, a normal coffee filter, and you're supposed to just pour the wine through the coffee filter and extract all of that sediment to leave just the wine in your glass. Now, the part that I'm worried about is I want to make sure there's no like sort of papery flavor. I'm not getting like a papery smell off of it, so I'll taste the wine first just to see how it does without the filter. Wine is clean, really rich, really pretty, liking this a lot. All right, I'm just gonna pour this right in and see how that goes. Okay, what they don't tell you is it's a little easier said than done. I'm not sure what I expected here. But theoretically, if I did have a lot of sediment in there, this little bag would be holding it right now. So the main point anyway was just to see, is there going to be a lot of paper flavor in the wine now? Does it change it at all? Let's find out. Now, it still smells pretty nice. No, it does. It does add a papery flavor to the wine. I can't believe it. Okay, next video, I think maybe. Let's just not do this anymore. This is not my day. I really thought, you know, you watch these like talk shows where, you know, the lady comes on, she's like, oh yeah, the most simple wine hacks ever. It's so easy. And everyone goes, oh, wow, that's so great. And, you know, they're maybe not your everyday, yeah, I've got nothing but a finish of just like wax and paper in my mouth right now. It is not great. Don't try that at home. Next hack. Okay, for the next wine hack here, it's supposed to chill a wine bottle faster than usual. It's like your fast hack for getting a nice chill on a wine bottle. Again, I'm using red wine here, but this one's definitely room temperature and it's really warm out here, so it could definitely use a little chilling. Now, here's the trick. You're supposed to take some soggy wet paper towels here and wrap your bottle in wet paper towels, and from there stick it in your, I suppose, freezer, and within a wet paper towel that's supposed to chill it faster. So if I chill a white wine or a wine in the freezer, I usually put it in there for 20 to 30 minutes. So if this is gonna be faster, I'm gonna give it 10 minutes. Let's see how chilled it is after 10 minutes. And I'll go ahead and put my cork back in on this one, and we'll come back and visit this in a bit. Time to get a little dirty. Okay, why am I getting naked? We're gonna get a little dirty here. Next wine hack. You're supposed to be able to get wine stains out of your clothes with a little bit of warm water and salt. Let's see how that goes. I've been having such bad luck with all these hacks today. I'm pretty sure I just ruined this shirt. Let's see how it goes. Okay, the idea is to get this stain out with just a little warm water here. So let's give it a shot. We'll add a little warm water covering our stain here. And then I'll start to add some salt. I don't know if like I'm seasoning a chicken or like what exactly is the right amount of salt to put on this thing. Maybe that's enough, not sure. And I suppose we just rub it together. And just as expected, I have ruined a shirt here. So I don't really see that coming out at all. Yeah, that's just not going anywhere. Okay, it's about what I expected. I'm starting to think that maybe you need to be an expert at these wine hacks in order to open the wine hacks. So maybe I am being a doofus with how I'm doing this. Maybe it was supposed to be boiling water, and maybe there's a technique that I'm not looking at, and maybe there's a specific salt, right? Same thing with the shoe. Maybe it was that, you know, I needed to use a boot or whatever. But I kind of feel like the idea of a hack is that, you know, it's supposed to really be an easy thing to do when you're trying to accomplish a goal. It's a way to cut that in half. And these have all proven to be, again, you kind of need to be the expert. You can't just fly through it like I've been doing here, or this ends up being the result. Okay, we are checking on our chilled wine bottle here, but you know what? It actually does feel really nice and cool to the touch. So again, it's been about 10 minutes. Let's see how this goes. Okay, does feel kind of nice and cool to the touch. Let's get it on the palate. I dare say we finally have a success. Holy moly, that's pretty good. Actually, it feels really, really nice and cool. And I gotta tell you, I usually need to put my wine in the freezer for about at least 15 minutes. But usually I do about 20 to 30 minutes just to get it nice and chilled. And with the wet paper towel, that actually worked out really nicely. This is really nice and cool. Now, granted, it's not ice, right? It's not ice cold. If it was a white wine, it certainly would not be ready yet. But even for a white wine, that takes maybe 30 minutes to get nice and ice chilled. I think that with a wet paper towel, that could reduce your time to maybe 20 minutes. So this might be kind of a cool concept for the future. Definitely worth a shot. Easy to do. I like it. This one gets a pass. Okay, management tells me that this didn't even go in the freezer. This went in the fridge. And so, yeah, that's a pretty good sign for how well this would work if it was actually in the freezer. It got good enough just in the fridge. So this definitely gets a pass with me. Okay, last but not least, it's time to check on the red wine ice cubes. All right, check these bad boys out here. So yeah, they're not completely done as you can see here, but I'm out of time today and I'm gonna lose the light soon. So I just want to take what's in there, throw it in my wine glass here and see how these do. And this little guy here looks like it's the closest. It's sort of a slushy, but that's kind of okay with me. Let's just get some slushy in there. Yeah, here's another slushy piece right here. Beautiful. And maybe I'll do one more little slushy piece just right here. Yeah, that works. That looks so appetizing, but not bad. Okay, give that a swirl there. Bon appetit. Still smells great. That worked perfectly. Wow, that did a really good job here. We've got another success. I really thought that the way things were going, I didn't think it was gonna work out, but hey, that one actually did really, really well. Well, there you have it, guys. That was 10 wine hacks that were maybe not worthy of being called wine hacks. Who knows? You guys give them a shot, do them at home, try it on your own. Let me know in the comments how they've worked out for you. Have any of these wine hacks ever worked out for you? Do you know of other wine hacks? What are some experiences that you winos have? And let me know how poorly I perform these, because I'm sure those comments are coming. But otherwise, hey, that was a lot of fun, and I learned a couple things at least about chilling wine. If you enjoyed what you saw here today, please leave me a like. That helps a lot. Don't forget to share this video with your wine friends, and until next time, winos, drink safe and drink well. That feels good.